name is Joseph Hawkins. I'm the director of One Archives at USC Libraries. One Archives actually started after One Incorporated. One Incorporated was created in 1952, I believe in October, the same year, month and year that I was born. So it'll be 71 in the fall. One Incorporated came into being, and in the beginning they were just meeting so that they could do something about gay rights, and it was here in Los Angeles. And then in 1953, in January, they started the first issue of One magazine, and One magazine was published up until 1967. And so during that time, One magazine never had any photographs or images inside. It was largely illustrated by women, Sten Russell, Stella, aka Stella Rush. They always had pseudonyms, because if they did queer activism at that time, they could be arrested, and so all of them were known by some other name. The agreement with the University of Southern California when we became a part of it was that our focus would be outward, and that it had to be open to the gay and lesbian community, to the queer community. We needed to make sure that everybody had access to it. And so you don't have to be a student at USC or a scholar or anybody to come there. You just go online, make an appointment, and come on down.
We also have over 8,000 works of art, thinking about works on paper, drawings, prints, as well as photographs, paintings, and then ephemera, including buttons, posters, costumes, and everything else you can think of. So I think one of the biggest strengths or benefits from my perspective as the curator at One Archives, I should say I'm Lexi Johnson, I work as a curator at One Archives. The biggest strength of our collection is the vastness of the kinds of materials we have, and our ability for both researchers to come and see that array, as well as our ability to put on exhibitions and programming that showcases that.
We have almost 4 million items, I believe, at this point. We have at least we have audiovisual materials, so videotapes from the 70s, video art. We have books that are often signed editions or first editions that we keep in an archival context. We have archives themselves, which often are just one person or could be an institution. And they're available on the Online Archive of California. So if you go to the OAC, you can actually search for us, and you can look on a file level inside all the boxes and find out what's there. Just having the materials and collecting the materials is to some extent an activist act. We are in fact collecting materials about people who have been suppressed in history or erased from history. And so we spend a lot of time trying to make visible people who have not been visible up to now.
A lot of where we work is kind of continuing the momentum and building one thing upon the next, and really access and community engagement is a kind of stalwart throughout, and making things accessible and making people think, oh, my stuff can belong in an archive. Also, I see myself represented in what's being shown in an archive, and that those kind of things are important kind of through lines in everything that we're doing and the projects that are to come as well.